So I had a request to go back over importing data. So one benefit of using Excel is its ability to take data from other sources. So very often you may work in an office where a database is being used and you need to bring that data into an Excel workbook. You may have a text file, which is just simply, it could be some other form of address book that's been saved within the company, and you can import that data into your Excel workbook, and it's pretty seamless. So I wanted to go over the two different things. First of all, if you are importing from Access. So if you are familiar with Access at all, that is the component of the Microsoft Office suite that is a database. So I'm just using the exact file from your class projects because I don't use Access a lot in my personal life because I'm just not that complex. So I have a worksheet open, so I am going to go to the Data tab and click from Access. And then I'm going to navigate to where I have it saved. So bear with me. I put everything in folders. So I'm going to choose, I believe these were the databases you used last week when you were working on the material. So I'm going to choose this file and click open. So then you are given this dialog box. So if you have worked with a database at all, you are probably familiar with what this is asking. However, if you are not, when you are working with Access, databases have different elements, and part of a database is called a table. Basically, in a database, what a table is, it's a place where all the information is stored. From a table, then you can do lots of different other things with that database. But a database at its minimum will have at least one table, and this is where all the information is stored. So this is a list of the database we selected. This is a list of the tables that are part of that database. You could select any of the three of them and it wouldn't be incorrect. It's just going to depend on which information you're looking for. So I'm going to leave it as customers selected and click OK. So this box, this very top part, they're asking you, how do you want to view this data? You want to view it as a table. We're not working with anything in the pivot environment just yet. And here, this is simply asking you, where do you want it to be placed? It is assuming that you want it to be placed in the open worksheet in cell A1, or you could have it put on a new worksheet. So if this worksheet already had something in it, you could have it put on a new worksheet so you wouldn't run over kind of what is already here. I don't have anything on this worksheet, so I'm just going to say OK. And now it has incorporated my Access information into my Excel worksheet. This is in the format of a table, which, as you know from your lessons, that this is a very functional way to work with data. The other thing you were asked to do, I believe, is you were asked to bring in data from a text file. So very often, sometimes different programs that are not Excel may save things as a text file. A very common extension for that would be a CSV, a comma separated values file, which simply means instead of being in neat little cells like you will find in Excel, you will have maybe a name and then a comma, then an address and a comma. The values are literally separated by commas. And this is very common when you are importing data from other types of sources. So that makes Excel very user-friendly. I can select from text. I created a very basic one. Although it looks like Excel, when you look at this box that drops down, you will see this is Microsoft Excel, but it's a CSV file, which means it doesn't have the full functionality of an Excel workbook because it's really just comma separated values. So I'm going to click that and click import. Now here it's going to ask you a series of questions. You will see here it has what is contained within that file I am trying to import. I could click here if I had headers such as first name, last name, address, city, state, and zip code, those would be headers. I did not do that, so I would just leave that blank. I'm going to leave it as delimited because my data is separated by commas or tabs. Because I created this I created the data file in Excel. It is separated, by commas or tabs. And then I click Next. So here, I'm going to look at this information. I did use tab because I created it in a table. However, I'm also going to indicate with commas. And you can see now, in this preview, it is showing you when it imports the data, how it's going to break it apart, which is ideal. I have a first name in one column, last name, the street address, the city, the state, and the zip code. So I'm going to click Next. And here, this is one final preview that allows you to see exactly what it's going to look like. Because I didn't import headers, it leaves it as general. So when I click Finish, just like with the access information, this is asking where do you want it to appear. It is assuming this current cell. I could also put it on a new worksheet if I wanted to. I'm going to click OK, and now it brought in my data. Because I didn't import those headers, if necessary, I would have to insert a row, and then I could do my header.